Iran's deputy foreign minister says his country has not lost any drones recently, dismissing U.S. claims of downing an Iranian aircraft in the Strait of Hormuz.
And a tweet, Mr. Abbas Araghchi suggested that the U.S. could have downed its own drone by mistake. An Iranian military spokesman also confirmed that all the country's drones have returned safely to base. Earlier, U.S. President Donald Trump said that an American naval vessel took defensive action against an Iranian drone as it had ignored multiple calls to stand down. The drone was allegedly destroyed after it had flown within some 900 meters of the vessel. For more now, we're crossing to Omid Kazani. He is in Tehran. Omid, has the U.S. provided solid evidence, proof of this downing of the drone?
So far, U.S. forces in the region, U.S. Central Command officials have provided no evidence that they have downed an Iranian drone in the region. And meanwhile, Iranian authorities, Iranian foreign ministry officials and also Iranian military senior authorities have vehemently denied that any such incident happened yesterday or they have lost any aircraft yesterday. And Iranian media are mocking the news that they might have downed their own allies' drone. They're referring to United Arab Emirates, that the drone, that if it is really happened, it might be belonging to one of their own allies' forces in the region.
So no evidence provided by the U.S., like you said, but what does the U.S. have to gain from making this up?
If it is proven to be true, if a drone has been downed really, it could be a face-saving operation for the United States forces in the region, because after last month, Iran downed one of their highly sophisticated high-altitude drone in the region. It could be face-saving. Meanwhile, it could be very dangerous. Such escalations could be rapidly developed into a full-fledged conflict.
And how is this narrative, a conflicting narrative at that, playing out in the Iranian media and among the people? What are they saying about this drone incident?
Actually, on the social networks here in Iran, people are expressing quite concern about the incident, because the incident is happening day by day. Last couple of days, Iranian authorities confirmed that they have confiscated, they have seized an oil tanker, a foreign oil tank smuggling patrol from the region. Yesterday, the news came out that U.S. downed Iranian drone. These kind of news are sending messages to the Iranian community that the region is quite volatile, and any minute such miscalculation and not having an open channel, a hotline between Iranian authorities and U.S. force in the region could spiral out of control and could end up having a serious conflict between Iranian forces and U.S. forces in the region.
So we already know the impact on the public. What about between the U.S. and Iranian governments already strained before this incident?
Yes, actually, the relations are already quite tense between Iranian and the U.S. authorities in the region, because in the past, under Obama administration, there was a direct line between Iranian foreign minister and U.S. foreign secretary. But there is no such line of communication anymore. And such incident, no matter how trivial or how unimportant, could be out of control. And such relations, such tense relation, which is a verbal fight or kind of tweeting back and tweeting force, these kind of Twitter relations, in the absence of any hotline or direct communication, could be very dangerous for the region and both countries.
All right, thanks for that perspective, Omid. We've been speaking there with Omid Kazani, speaking to us from Tehran.